Mel,
Brandon.
Hump Day. Mell More, episode 13.
Wow.
Getting up there.
Lucky 13.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, we're lucky to be here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We are lucky. Count our luckiness.
So, good to see you. I missed you yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to the commission meeting. I wanted to go.
I hear that.
I really made up some excuses not to be there. I had to go.
So you're saying I don't have a life because I went.
Well, I had some work stuff I had to get done, and then I had to mow my grass. And
Well, see,
I didn't want to get a ticket from the city for not mowing my grass. So
I think I can fix everything.
So you show up.
So I go to the commission meeting. What are you drinking there?
We can't do this again. So, viewers, unless you really like pumpkin, don't go for the specialty pack at Duval Wickerland. It's a great bottle. This guy's got high heels and skinny jeans and
what is it?
A Beatles outfit. It's a New Belgium Voodoo Ranger special release Atomic Pumpkin Blend.
Atomic Pumpkin.
Can't do it.
It's seasonal, but it's the season for pumpkin spice and everything nice.
Tis the season. What else you got?
Damn. Well,
Something else over there?
We got some Effie, we got some IPA, a couple IPAs.
Give me one of them Voodoo Ranger IPAs like you had.
Voodoo Ranger IPA, yeah. I think Voodoo Ranger, so damn cool. That is so cool.
Cool label.
Voodoo Ranger.
I bet it tastes great. It's got a great label.
Well, that's how you pick beer. And that is how you pick beer. Voodoo Ranger, it's got a skull on it, so that makes it good.
So, what I miss? Commission meeting. You were there. You were subject matter. I tried listening.
I was featured.
I tried listening to it on the Andrew's YouTube footage that he records and puts out.
Yeah.
And the audio footage this week was not as good as it has been. So I had trouble hearing it.
I wonder if they blocked it.
Yeah. It's a conspiracy again.
Well,
So what I missed?
Just because it sounds like a conspiracy doesn't mean it's not a conspiracy.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. Well, you missed the awards ceremonies and the proclamations. You missed those. I don't know. I was on the edge of my seat with those.
They're always exciting.
They were, but then we got into the meat of the meeting, and spending money. Let's spend a bunch of money, and it was really interesting. They did an alluvian study. Alluvian is the water table that we draw from to.
Yeah, we got one of the finest ones.
One of the finest ones
in the whole state, right?
Yep,
right.
Yep,
Borders the Arkansas River, and
our water well system, our source water is
really good.
Some of the best.
Yeah.
And we need to expand it because we really don't have enough source water. And so they were talking to Burns&MAC, the world's largest engineering company, about getting more land acquisition for expanding our water rights. And they're talking, it was 23 grand, and what a great job Burns&MAC did, and they did all these special studies and came up with all these.
Which they did some of those studies back prior to building the new water plant. Because
I think, were you on the commission when they did
I
those
was,
studies?
because remember they had to turn our particular water rights at the time were
surface water under the influence.
Our source water was groundwater under the influence of surface water.
Yes.
And they had to, and then what was there, 9 or 10 wells, 11 wells, and they had to change that designation, guys, because the new plant, our old plant, could process that type of water. Correct? It could,
Correct.
Surface water even. It could treat that type of water. In our new plant that we built, which is an RO plant, and it's turned out to be a great plant. I think it's working well and all that stuff, but it only treats groundwater with no. You can't be influenced by surface water.
Certainly a gee-whiz plant.
Yeah.
And
but
so,
anyhow, we need more water, so Burns&MAC was there, and they're going to offer 23 grand to give us some more water rights.
And everybody's all enamored with them, and they've done this some advanced study on it. First study that's been done since the 40s, and it was made mention how important this was, and then everybody's all thought to themselves how great an idea is. And then Commissioner Kenyon,
Ginger.
Kenyon Ginger says, can I say something? They said, yes, Mr. Ginger, what would you like to say? And she said, did you know that KRWA will do this for free?
And that's Kansas who?
Kansas Rural Water District
Association.
Kansas Rural Water Association will do this for free, and boy, you could hear a pin drop.
And those guys are pretty smart, because I remember calling out, it was a Pat. I can't remember Pat's last name now, but he was a guy for KRWA when we were talking about McCool.
Pat McCool.
McCool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he was a employee or worked for KRWA at the time when I was a commissioner, and
he's a circuit rider for him.
He come down and educated me personally, among other commissioners, on
that's right,
on the difference in water plants.
That's right,
over at the senior citizen. And he did a nice job. Completely intelligent guy.
Well, obviously he knows this stuff, and that's what they do every day, day in, day out. This is what they do. But it's free to us. It's a free service.
Oh, everything's free?
What's
what do you mean by that? Tell me more about all the free stuff. Grandpa?
Why would we? Well, I mean, okay.
You almost sound like one of them liberals on CNN. Free healthcare.
Some foolish
free college.
Some unknown taxpayers paying for it. Who knows? Who knows who they are that have to pay for it?
So you're saying KRWA might be a state or federally funded organization that we've already paid for?
They are. We have paid for them along with everybody else.
Oh, so we should probably use them.
This. Well, we get our $23,000 back.
So with that, I mean, I kind of some of this I already knew, because a couple of the commissioners called me today, asked me about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But I thought it was funny.
Interesting.
So it's kind of interesting, but our commissioners, I mean, I assume KRWA, Kenyon doesn't look up much things that are wrong. So if she says they can do it, I guarantee you she already looked up and they said they can do it, right? And they probably can.
Indeed. That is so.
But if surely the commissioners will follow suit with her idea or premise, save $23,000, and I know Nick will. Nick's smart enough to take advantage of $23,000.
Well, it was kind of like we owe Burns & McDonald's because they did this study.
What do you mean by that?
Well, that's a good point. We don't owe them a damn thing.
Well,
that's right.
How many?
How much? You were there. How much?
It was over $2 million for the engineering study for the new water plant. We don't.
And this was part of it.
They got a pretty good portion of our taxpayer base, I can tell you that.
Yep, and to want more, which is kind of incensed by the thought they want more money. They've already done the study. The study's done, and they want another $23,000. But to them, and which is kind of the same outlook that commissioners have. What's only $23,000?
It's only $23,000.
What do we care? I mean, we just spent $600,000 on a study and a 80.
That's like $1.50 cigar, or that pumpkin spice that was $1.20. I'm already over, but this beer's good. This one's way better.
Well, look at how cool the label is. If you don't pick by the beer by the label, you just don't get it.
Just don't get it.
Wow, sea green. Me and the color combinations.
So cool. So I think City Manager Hernandez will follow suit, save the town $23,000, as any good as the city manager would.
Dead soldier.
Don't you think so?
Well, the cat's out of the bag now. I don't think he's got a choice.
I think he will.
I mean, the light's shining on him to do the right thing.
He'll do the right thing.
Save the $23,000. You're getting the same end product.
And I say save. They'll spend it somewhere else.
But
because it's in the budget.
They could spend it on me.
You know what they might spend it on? What would that get you? How many feet of water line?
One.
46 feet of water line.
Well, it'll get you one water main repair, because we had estimated to the city to repair a 24-inch water main.
You're talking Kuhn again here.
Kuhn, right? Yeah, Kuhn Mechanical. We had and that's why one of the reasons I was there at the meeting, not just to be the savior of the town, but also to be the savior of the town and fix a water main break, it's kind of out of the city's scope. It's a 24-inch water main. It's big diameter water main, and it was ductile iron. And
this is the one that's been leaking over between the
brand new,
the old skate park and by the old water park,
yeah,
or the old water plant.
But it's right in the drive of the new water plant. It's right in the driveway of the new water plant, leaking through the concrete. And,
Okay.
And it finally, I mean, it's got to get fixed. They had to get 3 bids. We went and got 3 bids, and they were gracious enough to let us bid the job, which I appreciate that. And we were a apparent low bidder, and I don't think it's any revelation that I don't get along with Dwayne Eastman.
Oh, Commissioner Eastman, I think you guys are buddies.
We are.
You guys have coffee together, right?
Yeah. So he's there going over the bids, and he makes comments. Well, how come you're so much lower than everybody else? And I said, well, I'm not. He said, well, yeah, according to this, you can do this for $12,000. And I said, well, did you read the whole damn thing? Did you bother to read the whole thing? Which he never does, and this is proof that he never does, because he didn't.
You don't know that. How do you know he didn't read it and he just didn't remember it? Can't recall it.
Or maybe he was baiting me.
Maybe he was testing you, see if
He
you
did a
read
good
it.
job. I bet. He did a good job. He did a good job. So when I yell from the audience, did you read the damn thing? And he said, well, 12 grand, they're at 29 grand. I said, read the whole thing. We're at a not to exceed of 25,000. If we can get them make quick, easy repairs, 12 grand. It's going to extensive. It's 25,000 or 4 grand less.
So you're right there, competitive with the other nearest bidder.
Oh yeah, well, we don't have mobilization, and then we're right here in town, and then plus it's my damn tax money, so I'm going to do it for a reasonable price because I'm ultimately paying for it.
At some level, yeah.
At some level.
Yeah.
And plus I live here. It's my town too. I mean, I live here, so I'm not, what it's good for the town is good for me.
You keep saying that.
But you got to make yourself feel good. You got to.
So what did they gave you the bid, but
Well, they voted on it, and then it was a.
was it unanimous?
Well, there was 3. There was 3 people voted for me.
How many people were there?
3.
Oh, okay, so it was unanimous.
It was unanimous. I like that. I always like to like put myself in a corner, like, oh, they're all against me. It's a conspiracy against me.
So despite your love-hate relationship with Commissioner Eastman,
Damn the torpedoes.
He still voted for you. So you're.
Yeah, and he said, well, I voted for you, and which
He did.
I stayed in my chair.
You told him, well, good job, Pam, putting that bid together.
Something on those lines. That's pretty close.
So you know they're hoping that you guys just wreck this project and then he can come and bitch at you. You got to do a good job.
Do you think they really do hope that I screwed up?
No.
I mean, do you think they would hope something bad upon me? No, you brought it up for a reason.
You know it's possible.
I sure as hell ain't arguing the point. You got to.
You know they're going to hold you accountable and say, Mel, you said not to exceed 25 grand. What is this 24,980 business? You say, well, as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I gave you guys a service. I should have charged you 30.
Yeah. I would have done it for 6. But since it's Arc City.
So, I want to talk about the front page paper.
Shit, yeah. I brought a paper
Enough
with
about
me.
you. I know what you're showing all.
There's no such thing as enough about me, number one. That doesn't exist. But great article.
Front page.
Great
Shellman
article.
put together a article on Dr. Rittle, who's the, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Rittle is he's our president of the college.
Wouldn't he make more money as a doctor than as a college guy?
Well, I mean, it's a different kind of doctor, Mel. He's I think he's actually,
I'm a drain surgeon.
Yeah, I'm sure you are a drain surgeon. You actually read the biography on this guy, which he's got his own web page. It's like drriddle.com or something, but he's well decorated. I mean, he's a military guy. He's a weatherman, effectively, if you read his bio. But he apparently doesn't have a love for Cali County anymore because he's applying for a job in Arkansas. So, I don't know. We got to figure that out, right? I'm a little perplexed because he just went through all this contract negotiation with the board.
And he got a substantial raise?
He definitely got a raise. I don't remember how substantial it was, but the college's enrollment's down right now, and I'm not saying it's a direct relationship.
Not if you read his bio, it's not. But anyway,
Oh, enrollment's definitely down.
Not
but,
read his bio.
but I'm not saying it's a direct relationship to his performance. It just could be college in general's down
Fair enough.
because
Fair enough.
the economy's so good and whatever it is, right? But enrollment's down. He got a raise. The trustees obviously like him. They gave him a raise and they gave him a new contract for 3 years, and it's auto renewing every July or something along those lines. Well, all fine and dandy, but he applied for another job in Arkansas, which maybe that's home to him. I don't know. He's worked in Arkansas before. Maybe we should write him a letter of recommendation and ship him off to Arkansas. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, if you wanted to say he damn sure pooped in his own bed. I mean, you just can't. If you're looking for a job, that's fine. I'm nothing better. Everybody needs to better themselves. I got no problem with that.
Which is what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely. You got one thing to sell, and that's your time. And there's only X amount of time, but as X amount of time, I want that time spent on me. If he's courting somebody else, and so be it.
Do you think? I mean, he's been here for a couple of years now, and I know you haven't been in college recently per se. But
well, I'm an instructor there. That's not true.
like I said,
let's gloss over that one.
Like I said, you haven't been to college recently.
I'm an instructor. I've been to college. I am college.
Sure. So, anyhow, where I was going with that.
I am college.
Yeah. You are old, is what you are.
Colleges are older than me.
Barely.
Not by much.
Barely. But
we used to call them institutes of higher learning.
He's only been here for a couple of years.
Yeah.
A few years at best. How do you think he's doing? I mean, what's your perspective as a taxpayer who pays dearly for have the Cali County College?
Well, you're more in tune than I am. What's this place cost us? What percentage of this their expenditure? How much is their budget?
I think it's around $20 million. It's high.
And what percentage is taxpayers paid?
This is a few-year-old data, but when I was a city commissioner, which was a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, the colleges. I chuckle when I say it because it's hard to believe, folks. I'm not kidding. It's 91% taxpayer funded, and that's not local. I mean, local contributes to that, but they get a tremendous amount of federal funding, state funding, but it isn't. Despite tuition feeling like it's expensive, that's not what's paying for the college. It's taxpayers' dollars. I mean,
damn near free education.
Well, speaking of free
91%
stuff,
of
it's free again. Boy, did you wake up on the wrong side of your pillow and turn into a liberal overnight, or what's going on here?
It's the free people. I mean, who doesn't want the free people to pay for everything?
Yeah, of course. You are getting close to retirement. Yeah. We're going to start changing your diapers and giving you your Biden pill.
Yep. It's called destiny. Hope you live that long.
So here's the thing. I don't know. You check him up on his job performance. Obviously, the trustees like him. They renewed his contract.
Good point.
Here's the thing I don't get. We pay a lot of taxes in Cali County, and this is not specific to Rittle per se. It's also a push on the trustees. But
we should have brought a property tax statement.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
No, we shouldn't have.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Senses anger
for another day.
It makes you look like this guy when you read it. But no, here's the thing. I don't like the idea of building all these campuses outside of Cali County.
Why? Why is that? Aren't they paying for them?
Some, yes. Like Wellington or Sumner County, whatever that was, they forked up a sales tax.
Don't you want to spread the free stuff?
To put up this campus over in Wellington, which I don't know if you've been there. I know you're a college guy, but I've been there. It's a beautiful campus. Yeah. It is really nice.
It is.
But you know what the problem is? They don't have any students. The enrollment's so low.
It's a good-looking building, though.
Oh, it's a beautiful building.
Beautiful building. Well, there you go.
I don't know. And the other thing too is,
does it say Cali County Community College, Arc City on the front of that building?
It says Cali College. It's got a tiger out front.
So we got our name on.
Well, we got our name. We got our name in Sumner, which is cool and all. It's on like Juden Boulevard or Schertz Boulevard. I don't remember, but one of them trustees got the
really.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Is that a fact?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh my God.
I like Bob and Dennis Schertz is all right, and But it is funny. I wouldn't want that name. I wouldn't want any road associated with that much taxpayer funding named after me. I just wouldn't do it. No thanks. Don't name me after a bad idea. Don't put my name on that.
Yeah, I think we tore some of those down, didn't we?
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, to your point, you say he pooped in his own bed. I mean, he's a Final Four finalist. I read his cover letter and his resume, and I don't know. I mean, maybe this guy isn't our guy. Maybe he's destined for Arkansas. Maybe
did he try to keep this under wraps, or was it a blatant thing? Well, it's in the front page of the newspaper. He didn't keep it under wraps too much.
No, I think he was professional in the sense that he notified the board and said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna."
Oh, really?
Well, according to the paper, he did.
I didn't read that part of it.
The only oddball thing about that is his contract is renewed in July.
I don't think he.
I think I read that in there.
I think there's a little lack of disclosure on this.
Well, maybe so, but he applied for this job in July, and he got his new contract in July.
At how much? What's he making?
$216,000 plus benefits.
Is that chump change? In their world, it might be.
I don't think it is.
He's going for more.
I haven't looked this up specifically, but one of his employees at the college I was visiting with one day, they had told me that he is in the top 5 paid college presidents for a community college in the state of Kansas. Top 5 at $216,000 plus benefits. I don't know what all benefits includes. Probably
23 or 25,000 for housing, plus
company vehicle,
capers, his retirement system, plus his insurance. Yeah, it's a sizable. I mean, if you're leaving that, what is the limit on academia?
Here's the other big thing, and this isn't specific to Cali in general, but college has got to have a renewed focus.
Yeah.
We've got to start. I mean, you start looking. If anybody watches Mike Rowe, they should. If they're not, but Mike Rowe's the guy that does the dirty jobs, and he's a spokes advocate for Ford F-150s because they are the best, longest-lasting truck in the world. But there's my little plug for Ford since they provided us with cigars tonight. But Mike Rowe talks about skilled workers, and I do believe this. I know you see this in the plumbing world as well as we see it in manufacturing, but in another 10 to 15 years after all you baby boomers retire, we're going to be screwed on workforce, and colleges really got to put a renewed focus on skilled trade, whether it's nurses, mechanics, laborers, machinists, plumbers. They've got to get it out there, and that ought to be what all these little junior colleges all across the country are focusing on. And if this guy's not in front of that, if any president's not in front of that, I think they're going the wrong direction.
Well, years ago, I had a meeting with US 470, both colleges, and the Winfield School District about this very thing. I said, your mindset cannot be you've got to go to college. It can't be that way. And that was years ago, and they're finally catching up. But we're so damn far behind the curve on this stuff, and all the tells are in society. When you walk into a place as a tradesman, and my claim to fame will always be I raised a wife and 5 kids with a shovel and a pipe wrench. I make no bones about it.
Which is accurate.
It is absolutely accurate.
And I think
I'm a blue-collar guy.
And I think that generation of folks has escalated, and now it's de-escalating, and there's going to be a real opportunity for any guys who want to learn a skill or trade.
There will, and the pride will come back. As the money comes back, the pride will come back.
And it'll be glorious for the folks.
And it's headed that way now. Our economy is just rip-roaring. And in fact, we're starving for people. We're state alignment and all these things. We've got these guys coming in, but the problem is we're getting guys in that are in their early to mid 20s, which they should be on their way to some kind of journeyman something or other. But they're not. They're just starting.
They're wearing skinny jeans, high heels, and what do you call that type of outfit there?
Oh, that would be the Sergeant Culpepper's Lonely Hearts Club band outfit,
It's like the Beatles, right?
which was the Beatles, which was.
So get your damn skinny jeans off, put your high heels in the closet, and let your girlfriend wear them.
And put your damn work boots on.
And put your work boots on.
Shoot, and it's just
It's just that simple.
and as this comes of age, as we pull into the next millennium, I get it. As we pull into the next millennials. It's the millennials.
Do you know technically I'm a millennial?
I know that.
I was shocked. I thought I was a little older than that, but I'm drug in with all them
You're the
generation of pussies and snowflakes.
First of the millennium, but there are a few out, and there is a few. There always is a few.
Well, I mean, I don't self-identify with them. Let me be clear, but by the
You don't have to self-identify them. You are cataloged and pegged as that.
and you're old.
I know it. As we look down on the old Bill's baby boomers, which we had the worst generation there was. I mean, what the hell did we bring to?
You raised a bunch of snowflakes.
Oh dear God! Plus our outlook on sex and drugs, and we lost the war. You know, Vietnam was just a horrible failure. It's a black mark. And but we figured it out finally, and you dumbass are going to have to go through the same thing, the same learning curve. But you know, you explain to people I look at it as 10-year bites. It takes 10 years to the realization that I do have this ability. Before that, you're struggling along, you're floundering, you think you're all this, you think you're all that, and then you realize, and you look at the guy that's 5 years behind you and said, I have to identify with that guy because that's who I was 5 years ago.
So Riddle, I guess, kind of almost like a Bye Felicia again, right? A little bit.
It's a riddle with some pieces missing. Riddle me this.
Riddle me that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a riddle within an enigma. Well, I don't know why this would happen. The guy, you gotta love the one you're with, and if he ain't in love with us, then piss on you. Go away.
We'll get a new one.
Go away. We'll get another one.
We'll get a new president.
We can get with this kind of money. We can get a lot of them. That's a lot. That's a substantial amount of money.
You're not my president.
And the qualifications.
How'd that sound as a millennial statement?
You're not my president. Oh my God. Oh, that's a horrible
that was a
thing to
joke,
say. That's
folks.
a horrible thing to say.
I was kidding.
Oh my God.
But it was kind of funny.
Was
it funny?
You sure enunciated it easily enough. I'll tell you that. So your identification is really.
It's my skinny jeans that helps my enunciation.
How do you fit into skinny jeans?
I don't.
The belly of success.
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't know. One other thing that I goes along with what we're talking about, riddle and such.
Get another beer.
The thought. If you want one of these.
Yeah.
That's all I got. The thought of higher learning and accolades upon you versus the thought of the bottom line concept.
And I think if you would have read his resume, which I couldn't without puking.
Damn thing, man.
But this guy.
Did you see his interview?
No, I didn't see his
Oh
interview.
dear God!
Here's the thing.
You thought I was pompous. You think I'm Papa's ass? That is a Papa's ass.
Here's the thing. If you got to tell everybody you're that good, you got a complex, right? I mean, whether you're a narcissistic person or whatever that is, I don't get it. But I think he's better than he has to. He shouldn't have to go tell everybody. I mean, I don't think.
Let's see it. Instead of telling me about it, I want to see it.
Yeah, and I know my point to him or any other guy in his situation. I don't need a 14-page resume that describes all the accolades that you accomplished over the course of your career. And while it may be decorated, and what I picked out of there is your military credentials. That was the coolest thing, and from my perspective, you did. And all the other things, okay. Thanks for being here. Just show me what you did. Tell me how you did it, and tell me what you learned from it. Don't say, oh, I wrote this article, I did this, I did that.
Or
that just doesn't mean much to me.
What if the next guy comes in and says, you know what, I'm gonna work for $50,000
and and I'm gonna work for the trustees.
And I'll work for the trustees and I'll prove myself, and you pay me what you think I'm worth. Or you pay me how well the college is done. under my leadership. And under my leadership, there's no limit. He could make more than that if the college does well.
Well, and I want to touch on this at some point. And my intention is, once we get to talking about candidates and we start inviting some of them folks to come on, which I visited with some of them briefly, but I've not given a single one a formal invite, in which we intend to do.
Were they
folks are going to come on.
Idea,
oh yeah. I think folks are going to come on. But here's the thing.
Did they know that they have to sit next to me? Did they realize that?
Did
you explain that?
I didn't explain, but I think they watch, so they should understand.
Don't watch the show before you come on.
Yeah, exactly. Do you drink? Oh, you do. Okay. Well, you'll fit in fine. But no, here's the thing. I think from a college standpoint, where it is a big budget and you got a lot to work with, and it's a small community, you've got to have your heart into it, and you got to be one of us. And I don't mean that we got to hire within somebody from Arc City or somebody within the college, but you got to have it. You got to have it in your heart to want to make this little college work, because we're a small campus, we're a small little organization, and
but just the word education. I mean, the concept of education is education. This regimented idea of I'm gonna teach you this, whether it's presentable, whether it's applicable, doesn't make any difference. This is what we're teaching you. That's got to go away.
So here's the other thing too, and I want to touch on this more later, but they pay these teachers by the class most of the time.
By class size, or how many classes?
By the class. So we're going to pay you $1,500 a semester for this class. That's what they do.
Whether there's 9 kids or 90 kids.
That's right. And so I'm not saying teachers do this. I'm not implying it, but you would want to fulfill your class to the minimum amount to make the class, but not any more than that as a teacher, because there's no incentive to have 25 kids instead of 9 kids that make a class. And I don't know what the cutoff numbers are. I completely fabricated those. But
well, if it's a bottom line concept, you should know.
But I don't know.
No, that's
is what I'm saying.
To know that,
but what I'm getting at is it should be a requirement of these teachers that, okay, you got 9 students, that's the minimum to make a class. Here's your $1,500, and oh, by the way, for every kid you got more, or every student you got more, and I keep calling them kids because that's what I always think about is college, but it can be of any age. You need to incentivize these teachers. All right, we're going to pay you an extra $100 per student, or whatever that number is. That's
well, how many of the instructors are full time, or how many of them have other jobs? Maybe they're all full time.
No. They've got a lot of.
Do they have a lot of professionals out there teaching?
They do.
Night and such?
They do. I've taken, when I was going to Southwestern and Cali, I had some of the same teachers from that taught at both places, and they call them adjunct teachers. And
that's a professional teacher, though.
And they're good guys. They know what the hell they're doing. I mean,
that's what I hope. That's why they hire them. Yeah.
And they do, and they're pretty smart. But my point is, and back on the trade school and all the little Wellington campuses, the enrollment's down. Cali College, all the trade school stuff, it's all the enrollment's down. If they would incentivize these instructors, hey, go out and recruit some high school kids. Go out and recruit some kids. We'll give you an extra $100 a semester for each kid that you get enrolled, or some element of incentive to get some kids there. I think these instructors will be all over recruiting these kids, and I want to touch on it more.
Money in their pocket.
Yeah, it's money in their pocket. That's what drives everybody. Money.
Well, as a business owner, as yourself immersed in business and scrambling to find people, what would you like to see a place like that do? What would be the caveat that would put them over the top versus struggling the way they are?
I'm not saying they do it wrong entirely. I'm just saying there's some tweaks and some additives they could do.
Well, what do they do right?
What they do right is they do have a programs, not just one specific for me, but they have a lot of programs that suit the needs of the community. Everything from
name something.
They got welders, they got machinists, they got auto techs, they've got
how
pre-engineering.
How well attended are these classes?
They're moderately attended. They could definitely stand to have more students. Absolutely.
So with the current economic situation. It's only been booming for the last 3 years. Before that, you know,
It was doomsday.
it was flat. It was just dead. In fact, it was declining. We scrambled so hard. We did more work in Oklahoma City than we did anywhere else because Oklahoma City had work.
That's how competitive it was.
That's how competitive it was. Yes, yes. And our profit margin was, you know, a lot of times it was keeping guys busy, keeping the crews together, keeping the company afloat just by paying their bills, making payroll.
And that's what you have to do when times are tough.
And now, but since it's only been 3 years since this wave's been riding, if they can respond in 4 years, that's not a bad response time. That's okay. It's not really adequate, but it's okay.
Whether Rittle stays or Rittle goes, they really ought to focus on manufacturing and.
Well, by his demeanor alone, he's not geared that way.
Oh, you don't think he's staying?
He's in the top 5 or some crap.
Top 4.
Top 4, or a finalist, the top 4 final. No, he's not staying. If he wanted to stay, he would have nixed that a long time ago. His heart's not in it. I mean, what's the point? Find somebody that wants to be here. If he's out looking for a damn job, that's cool. Good for him. I hope he makes more than $216,000 wherever else he's going. Okay, great for him. Not great for us, and I'm about us. I'm all about.
And I am too, and I don't have anything ill personally against that guy, but I'm looking out for us first.
I bleed purple and gold.
I haven't done that in a lot of years, but
I never did. I'm not from here, but the concept is the same. You know, either you're with us or you're against us. And if you ain't with us, then you're against us.
anything else? I know, as you would say, there's plenty to talk about, but we should go.
We should go. We got drinking to do, huh?
I'd say. Night, Mel.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you, sir. Damn.
Hasta.
La vista, baby.